What is fucking good, boom, bap, nation? It's the historian back for another album release. This is actually an EP. I had no idea this was dropping. I believe it was Freak the Monster on Facebook who mentioned that this album dropped. I then saw it on YouTube Music, which I don't subscribe to, so I was waiting. And I'll put the link in there. And it did drop. At least I noticed it the very next day. It dropped on Bandcamp. And this is the latest, or I should say, the collaboration project from Outerspace's Planetary and the Four Elements and Beyond Wrd Life. And you already know how I feel about Four Elements and Beyond. Got the CDs, got the dope book, vinyl, cassette, got the T-shirt. Four Elements and Beyond is my one of my favorite uh, hip hop group currently. I definitely was stoked to see that. Planetary and Wrd Life. My only negative thought about this album is I wish it was an LP. It's 7 tracks, so it's not far from one. But so yeah, 7/31/2026, Outer Space presents Lords of the Fly. Just an absolutely incredible fucking EP. Again, guys, 5 more tracks, you got an album. I'm just saying. I just say it. So hopefully they do decide to put these together. Or at least maybe put out a full project. But again, if they do decide to drop some cassettes or vinyls, CDs, I definitely will be checking into that. But just an absolutely dope project. I'm definitely a fan of Outer Space. Who's down with Jedi Mind Tricks, put out some really dope albums over the years. And then I noticed that Planetary's been going solo. I think a couple years ago he released a solo project. Never really got around to listening to it. But of course, Wrd Life, huge fan along with Freak the Monster. And then they released Lords of the Fly on July 31st. So starts off with Special Invite, just an absolutely fire intro track. Track 2 is 12 Gauges featuring King Charisma. Epiphany, Baptism of the Flies. Super dope. Check out the video for the Gods Almighty. Extremely dope track. Freak the Monster and Creator featured on Gunsmoke. The super dope Words on Words featuring Trustworthy. And then it ends with the Lord's Legend. Just an absolutely dope EP. It is definitely probably easy to say that this is my favorite EP this year. I don't normally get into EPs. I don't normally rate EPs because when you give an EP a rating of however many mics, then you kind of compare it to a full album. But I had to give this one 4 mics. It it was a full album, it would probably be moving in that 4 or 5 range, I would imagine. But just absolutely dope, man. Everything I expect from a Planetary and Wrd Life project, just absolutely dope, man. The production is dope. Boom bap at its finest. So East Coast. Both MCs and the features just absolutely annihilated this album. Absolutely dope, man. So shout out Planetary. Shout out Wrd Life. Four Elements. Keep me in the loop if ever possible, man, on releases coming out. I support you guys. Got I got a T-shirt, vinyl cassettes that you sent me. It's right there. The vinyl's down there. So yeah, I enjoy your guys' music and I like supporting y'all. So keep me in the loop, man, for what's coming out in 2026. So Outer Space presents Lords of the Fly, Planetary and Wrd Life, released on July 31st, 2026. Overall rating for this EP is 4 mics. All right, stay tuned, y'all.